Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's me, Jordan. Today we're going to be talking about some of my favorite pages out of the Monster High comic, New Scaremaster, issue number 4. If you like Monster High, comics, D&D, and everything in between, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this issue. Alright, real quick, we're going to talk about the cover. So, the cover for this issue has Claudine on it. It's a really nice piece of art. I really like it. And I want to make a note. So for this issue, number 4, we have Claudine. Before, we had Draculaura, then Cleo, and the first issue had Frankie on it. So, who do you think is going to be our main ghoul on the cover of issue number 5? Let me know. So the first page that I picked is a classroom scene. And I love classroom scenes because you get to see so many characters. So if you've been around the channel for a minute, you know that I really don't know G1 lore, and I'm trying to learn. So I want to name off the characters that I personally know, and if I miss anybody, maybe you guys can let me know who these characters are, because their designs are amazing. So, I know Claudine, I know Frankie, I know Draculaura. I have learned about Rochelle, who I believe is a gargoyle. I can see her in this panel. And there's a few other characters. Potentially maybe another vampire, and some other kind of ghouls that I don't really know. But their designs are amazing, and I really love it. For this one, I ended up picking it because I felt like you got to see some really nice interactions between Deuce and Heath, which is always nice to see. But realistically, what caught my eye is the bottom panel. I love that we get to see Persephone and Meowlity. Love it. But the thing that drew my eye on this page is Cleo using all her might to throw this dodgeball at somebody's face. And just the great enthusiasm in which she tries is really nice to see that they were able to capture that motion and her emotions in this panel. For this one, I literally purely picked this page because it's a dodgeball scene with zombies. Now, for me, I would think that zombies are not super coordinated, but apparently in the Monster High universe, they are coordinated. Like, really coordinated. It's kind of really cool to see. You know, because I'm used to like slow zombies or fast zombies, but this is like a nice in-between, like a medium zombie. Nice balance of everything. And honestly, the art on it is just really nice to see, because when you look at the top panel, it just looks like the zombies are holding the dodgeballs. And you're like, oh, okay, zombies, dodgeball, sure. But then you go down to the next panel, and they are kicking all the butt with their zombie coordination. This one I picked because you get to see the whole Fear Leading squad. Now, what for me is really nice to see is that, you know, it's not just Claudine, Draculaura, and Frankie. You've got Cleo, you've got Abby, you've got Laguna, and you've got somebody on the very far left who I am not sure who she is, but would I love to know, because she is really adorable and cute. But also, in these panels, I love that you get to see that Frankie is trying her hardest, and, you know, she takes a little bit of a fumble. And that's okay. Her friends help her up, they cheer her on, ready for Frankie to get right back out there. I love the support these characters have for each other. For this panel, I picked it, one, because it's got Draculaura on it. It's got a lot of pink, a lot of bright colors. But when you look at the top panel, so from what I know about Cleo through these comic series is she's a bit snobby, snarky, kind of all about herself, which is totally fine. But when you really see this top panel, you know, Draculaura takes Cleo's comment as Draculaura's doing horrible, she needs to do better. And realistically, when you actually look at the words they chose, Cleo is legit just worried about Draculaura and that maybe she's taking on too much. But it's really nice to see this softer side of Cleo and how she's just trying to help Draculaura, even if Draculaura doesn't quite see it yet. I picked another Fear Leading panel, mainly one because it's got a lot of Frankie, and I really just love Frankie in this comic series, but if you look at the top corner, you get to see Laguna and Abby hanging out, which, honestly, I love the idea of them being friends. But also, you get to see a lot of Frankie just trying to see if she can have Cleo make up with Claudine, which in this series, it does seem like Claudine and Cleo do butt heads a bit. Which, you know, it can happen. But just seeing Frankie just be so adorable and just trying to mend friendships when she can, is just something I think is super adorable, and I really love it. Okay, just a small warning. I apologize if you don't care for fear leading, but it's another fear leading panel. In this issue, there was a lot about fear leading, and honestly, they're really well drawn. So, but in this panel, I like that in the top section, you get to see Manny and Deuce. Looks like they're part of the sport. To me, the way it's drawn translates to, like, American-style football. But it could be basketball. If you can tell the difference, definitely let me know. But what really caught my eye is if you look at the bottom of this panel, you get to see Abby and you get to see Cleo. They're both looking fabulous. And then there's this beautiful little darling to the left-hand side. Again, I don't know who she is, but I love her. It's giving me like zombie/Velma kind of vibes. I love her. I want to know who she is. I want to know about her. This panel is going to be a lot about Toralei and Claudine. Now, originally, I picked this because I was secretly hoping that Claudine and Toralei would get back together, because honestly, they're adorable together. I do love them. That's not the case. They're basically just arguing about how, you know, Toralei is hurt that Claudine broke up with her via a hext. Didn't talk to her, just sent a hext, and they were done. So I understand why Toralei is mad. But also, Claudine is feeling like Toralei is taking out her anger on Draculaura, when Draculaura is obviously already stressed out with everything she has going on in her life. Realistically, if these two could just sit down and talk it out, maybe they could get back together. Maybe things would be better. I don't know. What do you think? Now, this one I picked because, honestly, Frankie is really struggling in this panel, so I don't fully understand the whole relation to humans and ghouls in the comic series. It's something I'm still trying to understand. But basically, from what you can gather from these pictures, Draculaura seems to have a human friend that she cares for very deeply, which obviously, as we know in the Monster High universe, humans are a no-go. And Frankie doesn't want to break Draculaura's trust, but her father is the headmaster, so she's trying to figure out a way to leave little breadcrumbs to her dad that maybe something is going on. But again, she doesn't want to break her trust with Draculaura because they're best friends. And it's a little heartbreaking to see Frankie struggle like this. But all in all, I love how they laid out the art and how everything looks really, really good. The last page I picked is Frankie and her dad. And I picked this page specifically because, honestly, it says, sometimes the monsters we trust the most can cast the darkest shadows. Basically, what I'm taking away from this is I think Frankie is finally understanding that something might not be 100% right with her dad, and she doesn't know how to handle that. As I'm talking, you're going to see all the fan art that some amazing artists submit to the Monster High comic, and it gets published in the back of the book. It is honestly something that I super love about these comics, that anybody who loves this franchise can make some beautiful art, submit it, and it could get put into the book. Amazing. Thank you so much, you guys, for doing this. This is a nice little thing that I feel like the fandom really likes. If you've stayed till the end of this video, I want to personally say thank you so much. I appreciate every time somebody watches our video, they like our videos, they comment, let us know what you guys want to see from these videos, because honestly, we're trying our best, and we just want to make the best videos we can make for our community. So with that, we will see you in the next Monster High comic video. Thanks guys, bye!